Well, I guess here we are again, back at it, with the show on head video. And again, this whole women on women violence thing is a thing that we're doing. So we're good with that because Lord knows that I can't say anything because I am a man and that's just not fair or whatever, apparently. But again, with this whole women hating women thing, because it happens every couple of years. Well, is it? If I think Kate Upton was first, then Megan Fox, then some other model somewhere, then Sydney Sweeney, if I'm remembering correct. It's something like that, where all of a sudden people are just like, this is the most attractive woman on the planet, or whatever. I don't know, dude. Who fucking cares? But the biggest hater of women is women, and now we have another woman telling us how it is. So, take it away.
If you've been living under a rock, you probably haven't heard that Sydney Sweeney was in an American Eagle commercial.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney has great genes.
Get it? Genes?
See, I don't. Maybe it's just me. Jeans just look super uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Genes? Because she's attractive? And she is. I can see why men like her. She has a really cute face and a nice body. But personally, my favorite thing about Sydney Sweeney is that she's a Nazi. Did they mean
Yeah, there we are. There we go. Everything has to be a Nazi for some reason. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know. I can't play devil's advocate for this because even there's not a single counterpoint that makes any actual sense. But apparently, yeah. Nazi, I guess, whatever, dude.
to include a bunch of Nazi dog whistles in this? How the did she agree to this? Actual Nazi ad. The only way Sydney Sweeney would be okay with doing an ad like this is if she was a Nazi.
This
Or get this, genes talking about, what gets passed down, talking about her eyes, because her eyes are blue, and statistically speaking, they're not as common as every other eye color. Something like that. Or maybe it is Nazi shit. What the fuck are we on about? It must be tiring to be this hellaciously retarded and just actively go out and say shit. Jesus.
is Nazi shit.
Also, I find it kind of funny that the people saying that, oh yeah, you can't say this and you can't do this and you can't be this and you can't want this, are all telling other people that are just doing whatever the fuck they want that they can't do that. Yeah. Okay. Not authoritarian at all.
Stop the ad! That is being racist!
I like how people, I'm sorry for continuous thing, boss. I like how people keep yelling at her to stop the ad like it's her decision. This is an American Eagle thing. This is why I don't understand why people are always on her ass about shit. Whenever anything happens, they're just stop doing what you're doing. And it's yeah, that was an ad from what, a month and a half ago? I didn't even realize it was still playing until you people wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
Some of you guys might be too young to remember, but back in the day when an ugly girl was jealous of a pretty girl, she would simply call her a whore. But that's a good thing now, so we have to call her racist. I am going to be completely honest, I have no idea what movies Sydney Sweeney is in. All I know, she is a very popular celebrity, and
But she's in movies? I thought she was in models. Whatever.
always see discourse on Twitter about her being mid. What is wrong with you people? Who is not mid nowadays? I saw Anne Hathaway get called mid.
You have to understand. They call you mid so they feel better about themselves, all right? Because if someone went up to you and you didn't accept their advances, they'd call you mid, and then they would tell their boys some made-up bullshit. Guys do it too, but that's just what they say, instead of calling them a whore, or putting bubble gum in their hair, or whatever the shit children do nowadays.
The other day. Anne Hathaway. If these women are mid, I'm like a sub-zero. I'm like a -2. I am like a horseshoe crab on the bottom of the ocean. Horseshoe crabs are pretty base, though. 445 million years, no evolution. That's me. Millions of years on YouTube, no evolution. Sydney Sweeney has a fun...
It's because you're objectively correct. You don't need to change what you are. That's just how it is. Also, I find it interesting. If you were a sub-zero under a horseshoe crab, I just haven't evolved yet. I'm just single cell amoeba out here. What are we talking about?
bubbly personality. She seems like she enjoys being feminine, and it seems like she doesn't hate men, which is a big plus. She really plays into the, like, I'm a hot blonde bombshell, I have big titties thing, which, are we back to liking titties as a society? Didn't Kim Kardashian deflate her ass recently? That's how I knew the
I don't know if that's a thing, but good for her. That shit looked disgusting. But also, I want to show you something. Fellas, gentlemen, I want to show you something that I've been dying to tell people. And it's going to be quite simple. I want you to understand this, right? So, not all women's clothes are like this, but a lot of women's clothes are like this, where it goes apparently from size 00 to like infinitum. Might as well be, right? So I want to show you something. I have heard women in my life, in real time, say that if they're not a size 0, that they will kill themselves. In fact, I heard a woman not too long ago talking about how if she hit size 5, she would kill herself. Now, I want you to close your eyes, gentlemen. Think about what that size is. Are you thinking you know what a size 0 is? All right then, because I'm going to show you. There you go. Is that what you were thinking? Is that what you were thinking? Because it wasn't for me. Also, hopefully this is true. The band use a stick-thin model, so that would be true. Because I did like the tiniest smidgen of research, right? And the amount of health problems they have, kind of insane. It's actually kind of insane. But gentlemen, follow me here, right? So I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to show you a size 8, 10, 18, and 22. All right, that's what we're going to do. Now, obviously, these sizes probably aren't like 100% accurate and all that good shit, but it's just something that I found that I feel like I needed to go over with somebody, because women seem to hate women. I don't know why. And apparently, they really, really, really seem to worry about their size in clothes, which, again, I'm speaking for most men here. Doesn't care what size clothes you are. You all look the same bent over. Let's be real here. Now, I'm going to give you size 8, size 10, size 18, and size 22. I'm going to picture those 4 women in your mind. What are you thinking? All right? Get that? Okay, close your eyes. Hold on, I'll tell you another one. All right, there you go. Is that what you were thinking? Is this what you were thinking? Size 8, 10, 18, 22? Is that what you were thinking? Because I feel like it wasn't, because when I saw this, I was like I didn't really notice that there was a difference between these two. I didn't really notice that there was a difference between these two necessarily. I didn't really care. But yeah, I've also heard women say that if they get to a size 10, they'll kill themselves. So, size 10. All right? Let's just accept this at face value. It might not be 100% correct, but let's just accept this at face value. This is a size 10. So, which one are we thinking is better? The size 0 or the size 10? All right. Okay, then.
The ass fad was over. The fall of Kim Kardashian's ass.
Yeah, no. See, that's a fake ass. Those are disgusting. Real asses with stretch marks. Kendrick Lamar said it, and I wish more and more people would say it. That natural shit, that's what we're looking for here.
And the rise of Sydney Sweeney. Besides, ass, titties. No. I don't objectify women. I respect women, okay? The only thing that matters
You're better than me.
To me is a woman's mind. And thighs. What is like the male body equivalent to this debate? Abs or arms? Personally, I love a good forearm. I love a good, nice, thick, manly wrist. And you know what looks great on a wrist? A watch. Which brings us to today's sponsor, Holtzkern. So let's quickly give them a
Did anyone else look at their wrist as a guy and be like, what does a manly wrist look like? Or is that just me? I can't even picture what a manly wrist is supposed to look like. Does it just have like more hair on it, or is it just whiter? Whatever.
shout out before we get into today's
I'm going to think about that while she goes through the ad.
video, shall we?
Holtzkern is a young Austrian company that creates unique watches, jewelry, and accessories using all natural materials like wood and stone. Their high-quality timepieces come in various designs for both men and women, making them the perfect choice for any style or occasion. All of Holtzkern's products are manufactured in small quantities to ensure responsible and ethical production, while making sure each item is built to last. I personally love the kaleidoscope watch with the little flower design on the pearl dial. I think it is so beautiful and so cute. I'm obsessed with it. The glass is made of sapphire crystal, making it scratch resistant, while the strap is crafted from koa wood, and it's water resistant as well. There's also the Moonrise watch, which is made from genuine white marble and stainless steel. It shows the weekday, date, and even the current moon phase, which is really cool. I think all their products make very beautiful gifts, and since they're all made from natural materials, they're all very unique. All their items come with a 2-year warranty, and ordering online is super easy with free worldwide shipping within 5 to 9 business days. And if you're in the US, don't worry, Holzkern handles the custom feeds for you, so no unexpected drama there. Just click my link in the description below and use my special discount code SHOE to get 15% off your order. Plus, if you additionally sign up for their free premium club membership, you'll get access to exclusive products, special discounts, and early pre-sales. But if you only want to check things out for now, no pressure, you can just sign up, come back later, and you'll still get a special discount on your first purchase. So if you're looking for a unique gift or just want to treat yourself to a nice watch, I highly suggest checking out Holzkern. Big thank you to Holzkern for sponsoring this video. And now, let's get back to it. My jeans are...
I'm upset. I could have skipped that ad. I don't like to talk during ads because I feel like weird because for like, you know, taking their shit anyway.
brown. Sounds like I shit my pants.
The woke outrage over Sydney Sweeney's ad has gone.
She's a robot. She's just a robot. I don't know what it is about her, but and most newscasters are weird. But for some reason, there's something really uncanny valley about whoever the fuck this is, and I don't like it.
On from, well, bad to worse?
Some people have taken issue with the phrase great genes being used over images of a blonde, blue-eyed woman.
If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
TikTok and Twitter.
That isn't the best answer for anything ever. I love it. I don't even like the guy, but I think it's great. Right? It's just like, yeah, whatever. If that person's on my side, they're cool. If they're not, they can fuck off.
Absolutely blew up with thousands and thousands of people calling this ad fascist propaganda. Yes, they literally took the jeans and jeans pun to be some kind of Nazi dog whistle because Sydney Sweeney is an attractive blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman, which apparently has been an extinct species for so long in advertisement that when people saw this, they got scared and thought they saw the ghost of Hitler. Is Sydney Sweeney a Nazi? No. But do these people kind of have a point about this ad? Also no, they are unwell. But let's hear them out. Let's watch some of these TikToks. Let's listen to them, listen to their points. We're not gonna be mean. We're not gonna own the libs.
See, that's where you and I differ. Fuck that. I'm a roasted nigga. If a nigga needs roasted. And so far, these marshmallows looking like a little too white for my liking.
It's okay. We are going to hear them out.
You guys are complaining about that Sydney Sweeney jeans ad, so I went and saw it. That's Nazi propaganda.
Oh!
Yeah, literally everything you don't like is Nazi propaganda to the point where I don't think anyone cares anymore. I mean, I don't know about you. Do you care? You, guy watching this on the toilet right now, Kevin, do you care? Because I don't think you do. I don't. But whatever.
Holy 2014 Tumblr. What the f? Out here looking like she walked straight out of a Stone Toss comic. Looking like you're going on the thumbnail of this video. Listen, if your bangs end in the middle of your forehead, you don't have to tell me your political opinions. I know them. I can tell. Okay, sorry.
Of course we know them. That's just how it is. See, animals in the wild, okay, animals in the wild project, you know, they're poisonous by wearing colors and being weird and shit. You could tell by looking at them. Like poison tree dart frogs or whatever the fuck they're called. Bright colors is to indicate to not fuck with them because they're toxic and gross. And a lot of the hair thing has gone away now, and now it's just like the ugly, bitch, like, half bowl cut type of deal. That's what they're doing now. And the terrible face piercings, which is weird because I have face piercings and I thought they were cool originally, and now these bitches are taking them, and now people think I'm a liberal, but I paid too much money to get rid of them. So, I mean, granted, I got them like 12 years ago at this point, but I'm not going to get rid of them because, again, I paid money to have these holes in my face, and to like take them away because someone else wants to be a fucking dick ass about it doesn't sit right with me. Anyway.
I got it out of my system. Let's continue.
I will be the friend that's too woke because there's Sydney.
See, this is why you don't have friends. All right, now that you're done laughing, let's continue.
Sweeney American Eagle ads are weird. Like fascist weird. Like Nazi propaganda weird.
Explain to me the dictionary definition of fascism. Something's telling me you cannot.
So this commercial was apparently a reference to an old Brooke Shields commercial from the 80s.
The secret of life lies hidden in the genetic code. Genes are fundamental in determining the characteristics of an individual and passing on these characteristics to succeeding generations. This may result in the origin of an entirely new species, which brings us to Calvin's and the survival of the fittest.
Calvin Klein jeans.
Oh.
Okay, I can a little bit. I gotta see that with the whole leg thing that you got going on there, but it also looks like one of those S's we used to draw as kids that are still there, by the way.
Oh my god, she turns into a swastika. She was like 14 in that ad, by the way. Really creepy.
Yeah,
so at least Sydney Sweeney is of legal age. 14 is actually pretty old for Brooke Shields if you know her history and her lore. If anything, that is the most f***ed up thing about this Sydney Sweeney ad, referencing an old ad of a child star who was abused by Hollywood. But yeah, it was a callback to an old commercial. And Sydney Sweeney is the current day hot celebrity, so they chose to do it with her. They unfortunately failed to consider the fact that in current year, white people are not allowed to say that they have good genes because that is Nazi propaganda.
A blonde hair.
That fucking lobotomized voice. Where it's just like you don't know what you're talking about because you just heard it over and over, so you just keep saying the same thing over and over and over again. God, it's the most aggravating. Whatever.
Haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes.
You know, it's kind of crazy because you're white, and if my eyes don't deceive me, your eyes are looking a little blue there, and looking at your edges, I don't think black's your natural color, if I do say so myself. I don't know. I don't know. Sounds like the pot might be calling the kettle a nigger. Maybe I'm just thinking into it too much. Who knows?
Like, that is Nazi propaganda.
You don't get to drop lines about inherited traits, blue eyes, and great genes while zooming in on somebody that could have walked straight off of a Nazi propaganda poster.
A white, blonde, blue-eyed, Hitler's wet dream talking about how much she loves her.
I also like how a lot of the women that are complaining about this are white. I'm assuming she's going to get to the black women, but still, I find it funny.
Genetics. It's not just giving eugenics, it's giving male fantasy.
I like how eugenics and being attractive.
I love the Stuart Little glasses you had going on there. That's all I had to say.
Active to men are like equally terrible things to these people.
Sydney Sweeney's jeans ad is giving ethnic steak propaganda. It is.
So take a look at the eyes. Notice how there's nothing behind them other than everything she's ever been told, right? And apparently the wrong people told her shit, so now they look like this. No shine, no luster, no actual meaning to anything. They're just there saying the dumbest shit. I'm telling you something. If you wake up one day, right, and you turn on your phone, scrolling Twitter or whatever, and say this text wasn't there, and you just saw her, you know for a fact you're about to hear the most aggressively retarded statement in your entire life, and your day is already ruined.
Giving dystopian, it is giving 1940s Germany.
Why do they all speak the same? Why do they all do the same shit? They all say the same shit. It's giving. It's giving.
Is that a... Oh, okay. That was a vibrator for a second. It's just a really ugly looking fucking mic. But what was I gonna say? I got caught off guard by your fucking XL rabbit toy.
Blonde-haired, blue-eyed, fair-skinned woman in an ad and say she has good genes. I don't know if I can say this, but it's literally giving Nazi propaganda.
It's giving. Also, the flesh-colored microphone? Why? It's giving dick, okay? It's...
Damn it. You know, I was thinking that, but I was like, that might be a little too raunchy for the channel.
Giving penis. It's giving cock.
I can't believe I actually have to explain this, but there is a reason that they picked a girl named Sydney Sweeney for this ad, and it's not just her blonde hair and her blue eyes. Sydney Sweeney...
It's her fat tits, if you weren't. Were you not picking up on that? Were we not picking up? I know the gentlemen were picking up on that, but I feel like the females might not have been picking up on that. It's because she has fat tits. And you want to know what sells? Sex. That's crazy. It's almost like if you put those two things together, something might happen. I don't know.
Is laying with her German Shepherd dog in this shoe. Her name is Sydney Sweeney, so her initials are SS.
Does she have a middle name? Because we might not know that. It could be Sydney something Sweeney. We don't know that. We don't know that. Also, you're reaching a little bit. You should probably do some stretching before you reach like that. It's bad for your back.
Intentionally included her German Shepherd dog in the photo shoot.
Oh my god. Take your meds. Meds. Her name is Sydney Sweeney. Her initials are SS, like the Nazis. The dog is a German Shepherd.
Also, let's talk about Nazis here for just a quick second. Now this might be controversial to say, but if we're going on people who are bad in the world, Hitler kind of has rookie numbers. Still bad, by the way. But if we're doing like top 3, probably wouldn't even crack the top 3. Let's be real here. Because Mao, you have to remember Mao, all right? Joseph Stalin, okay, essentially invented Photoshop, let's be real here. And then, well, no, he might be top 3. I can't think of anything. I don't know the Bosnian numbers. I don't know the Rwandan numbers either. So North Korea, just in general, how many people you think have died? And that's still going on today. So I made a face and I looked at the camera, just realized I don't have a camera, so you couldn't see me do that. I feel like a retard.
German, like the Nazis. Are they putting crack in birth control nowadays? What is going on? She is a hot woman. She is a hot woman because of the way she looks. She looks the way she looks because of genetics.
You know, some would say that she was a hot woman. A lot of those people are on 4chan. A lot of those people have AI. So, just gonna leave that there for you.
She has great genes. That is how a normal person sees it. She's blonde and has blue eyes and her initials are SS and she has a German Shepherd. Is how a schizophrenic, politically brain-rotted person sees it.
Hi, thanks for calling American Eagle. This is Jess. How can I help today?
Hi, I am a marketing student and was wondering if I could speak to someone who could maybe give me some insight as to what estimated return on investment there has to be willing to use white supremacy and eugenics.
I'm telling you right now, if someone calls where I work because we put out an ad or some shit for this, you're getting hung up on so goddamn fast. People already now are incredibly retarded, like aggressively retarded where I work, and it's phenomenal. But to call someone, say this bullshit, then record it and put this motherfucker on TikTok. Christ, bro.
As your marketing campaign.
What?
On a marketing campaign?
Harassing some poor worker. Doesn't even fucking speak English. Has all to do with the commercial. These people are sick.
Yes, I recently saw American Eagle's eugenics marketing campaign where they used that white blonde girl and talked about how good her genes were in a time where racism is rampant in the U.S.
I see. Thank you for taking time to share your feedback.
Why are you bothering this random ass Filipino woman with your West Wing ass TED talk? Nobody gives a f.
Okay, so there's no way to, as a student, I can't learn about when eugenics makes sense in marketing. No one on the marketing team can talk to me about that.
I'm not gonna lie. If I ever get big enough and I start a business, you better believe I'm not gonna use eugenics because that's kind of fucking weird. But I will use racial stereotypes for black people to sell to black people. That's just how that's gonna go, and it's gonna be fucking phenomenal. And I know people are gonna hate it, but free advertising, right?
I miss like 50 years ago when these people would just be serial killers instead of doing whatever the f this is. She's even got other celebrities seething.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Haha, she did a dumb redneck voice, get it? Because all white people are dumb inbred hicks. Good one, Doja. Hey, by the way, why are you pandering to the same exact people who got your ass canceled for wearing a Sam Hyde shirt once? They all think you're racist too, girl, but nice try. Hope they see this.
Doja Cat is making fun of Sydney Sweeney's ad only because she realized after all those years of her kissing up to white supremacists, they're never going to accept her because she's a half black woman. Wearing the Sam Hyde shirt,
I need to figure out who these white people are that people like me get accused for trying to suck up to. Because my thing is like, I've never done that. I'm just a normal person. You know what I mean? So I don't. Where are we getting them? Who are these white people that we're sucking up to? Because last time I checked, I'm just trying to fit into society. And society has a lot of different people in it, and not all of them are white. So I never really understood that. But hey, whatever. This is just coming from a retarded nigga with a rocket launcher.
Dating all these white supremacists. So make fun of the ad all you want, but we'll never forget you rolling around in those chat rooms showing white supremacists your feet so they could make fun of your black ass.
Oh, they did see it, and they still hate you.
Weird adverts aside about how the best genes are characterized in a conventionally attractive white, blonde, blue-eyed woman. Not true. I mean, look at me. Within 5 years, or as soon as she shows any sign of aging, that's it. The moment she becomes visibly over 25.
Enjoy the ride now, babe, before you get too old and ugly and hit the wall. But wokely. This is just something I've noticed in the decade of criticizing feminism on the internet. Male feminists are the most misogynistic, sexist freaks ever. When they
Say it again with the niggas in the back. Because I've been saying that shit since day one. And motherfuckers are just like, oh, well, you just hate women. It's like, no, I hate the men that say they respect women. And then it turns out that they're fucking sex. Like Harry Sisson. But apparently he's gay now, which is not really surprising. The fact that he came out with, he was abusing women or something like that, and saying liberal shit to get nudes of them. It's like, surprise, surprise, that's like 100% what they do. That's like their MO. I thought people stopped falling for this, but then when they came out with that, I was like, I thought he was gay. So, whatever, dude.
They finally have an acceptable, approved target to go after. God forbid you are a woman with the incorrect opinion, because hell hath no fury like a male feminist replying to you.
A strawberry blonde, blue-eyed woman marketing having great genes. This is just a whole fucking eugenics campaign.
That, or they really like the product of jeans, because she's wearing jeans. So, there's that. I mean, apparently not, but whatever.
I, for one, would like to throw my...
How many women do you think that guy's harassed, by the way? I'm thinking it's in the double digits. I'm going to say it's in the double digits. Because, like, obviously he's doing this for performance points, so I guarantee you there's people on TikTok that are wanting to get with him, and I guarantee you he's probably done some weird shit. That's just usually what they do. So that's how they get, like the child groomers going through fucking Roblox and shit. These male feminists will like scroll through TikTok and be like, what are women talking about? So I can give my opinion and be like, that's wrong, or that's right, and I stand for women, so women get with me, or some bullshit like that. I'm saying 10. I'm saying he's probably 10, allegedly. I don't know.
Myself off a balcony.
Do it. Do a backflip. Live stream it. Also, these people just straight up don't know what the eugenics movement is. Talking about genetics is not eugenics. Sydney Sweeney did not...
Well, hold on. They rhyme, so they have to be the same, I guess. I don't know. Playing devil's advocate for people that are significantly more retarded than I am is very difficult to do, because I can't together their line of thinking, because it's always so ass backwards.
Say she had the best genes or superior genes, or that other people had bad inferior genes. Someone even made it like a fake ad, like Beyonce has better genes, and it's like, why'd you pick the picture where she has like a blonde wig on?
This campaign is poking at women's greatest and most tender insecurity under the patriarchy, which is desirability and the beauty standard. It affects not only non-white women, even though this is clearly white supremacist, Aryan race propaganda, but it also adversely affects the majority of white women who do not naturally have blonde hair and blue eyes. Because yes, even the women who can achieve this look have to do it through artificial means in one way or another. The vast majority of white women are not naturally blonde. And of course, lots of white women are also insecure about having brown eyes. So that's a whole generation of young white women who are being further propagandized to purchase blonde hair dye and contacts for the rest of all time.
I feel like people learn words on TikTok without actually learning what the word means. They just hear it over and over and over, and then they just like, it sounds correct in the sentence. And then they just continue to say it until that word falls out of favor, until they go to the next word. Which is, I mean, all right, I guess, but you're going to look retarded saying that. Also, you are wearing makeup, so patriarchy.
Time. Okay, what? Are attractive women just not allowed to model anymore because, like, God forbid it makes some other women insecure? And as someone with brown eyes, I've never once felt insecure about having brown eyes. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna get into Hyperborea, but I've seen myself photoshopped with blue eyes. Horrifying. So we've gone from Nazi propaganda to genocide to racism to now poor little girls are gonna feel insecure because they don't have blue eyes like Sydney Sweeney.
Another thing about the Sydney Sweeney beauty standard that is very important to note is that big boobs are a hallmark of what conservative men are attracted to. At the end of the early 2000s and through the 2010s, we were becoming a more progressive society, and so we also naturally progressed to be a more ass-centric society.
In the 2000s, we were becoming more
Gonna lie, I kind of hope that stays. Even if it goes, I'm just gonna find a woman with a fat bunda and put children there. That's just how that's gonna work.
progressive, so we started objectifying women's butts. What? The communist utopia will be ass-centric, apparently. I didn't know the ass first thing was political. How does she know conservatives are all boob men? Conservatives in the audience, are you a boobs or butt guy? What political affiliation are the feet men? Libertarians. Listen, they can try to
I would say they're communists because they just like feet and feet. Ugh. But like that also makes me think, what about men that are into armpits? Because apparently that's a big thing now too. Men in the audience that are into armpits, write it down in the comment section. Let me know. What political affiliation are you guys?
disguise it with their little intersectionality buzzwords all they want, but at the end of the day, women just want a socially acceptable reason to hate other women. That's it.
Good genes passed on to offspring? That American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is literally overt eugenics. I know you don't want to hear this, but if you want to talk about how that ad is promoting eugenics, which it absolutely is.
Why do I feel like you're not wearing a microphone? And I'm just like, I'm tweaking here. I was like, huh? How are you getting such clear audio from being that far away? Also, again, see what I'm saying? That busted ass fucking haircut. Like, as soon as you see it, the worst goddamn take in history. Every time.
We also have to talk about how choosing not to wear a mask when you can during an ongoing pandemic because you're okay with a certain subset of people, primarily disabled people of color, dying for your own comfort is also eugenics.
1 second.
What? What the fuck are we talking?
2025. We are talking about wearing masks for COVID in 2025. I like how she's...
Bro, I hope you know that it's not going to stop until some liberal gets into the White House. That's just what's going to happen. That's just what's going to happen. They're going to continuously bring up the bad things that everyone else has done. And it's going to be really annoying. So I hope you're ready to listen to this till like at least 2030.
Woke scolding the other woke scolds for not woke scolding about her particular pet issue. COVID broke the brains of so many of these people, man. It's because it's when the world was just a giant, safe HR longhouse where it was socially acceptable for them to be moral busybodies and never leave their home. It was like the closest to their lib shit utopia that we have ever gotten, and they miss it.
I remember growing up in a predominantly white community, wishing myself out of this body, out of this culture, take my name if it meant that I could wake up blonde-haired and blue-eyed, never having to explain who I am or worry about being accepted. That is
Yeah, see, that is a you problem because I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood and I never once thought that ever. So that's a you thing. That's like an aggressively you thing. So, but okay then, go off, queen.
Is why this American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is especially off-putting.
Listen, I'm sorry that happened to you, but we live in a predominantly white country. If you go to another country, there will be a different beauty standard. If you go to the country of your ancestors, there will be a different beauty standard, and maybe it will look more like you. But again, she didn't say her genes were better or the best, and it's not like all the hot popular celebrities look like Sydney Sweeney. Look at Ana de Armas, look at Zendaya. They don't look anything like Sydney Sweeney, and they are known as very beautiful around Hollywood. This is why corporations in the media think in order to pander to the female gaze, everything has to be like average and frumpy and ugly, because women can't stop fucking projecting their insecurities. Not every character in a movie or a video game has to look like you. Not everyone in an ad has to look like you. Hell, the only time I see people who look like me is when I turn on the live action Grinch movie. You notice men never say this shit, by the way? They usually go like, wow, that man is strong. I don't look like that. I'm gonna go to the gym. And women are like,
Was about to say, yeah, like men, we don't do that. We see someone that looks massive, and then we think to ourselves, we need to get massive. If you don't believe me, look at Sam Sulek's comment section. Boom. That's all you need.
wow, that woman is thin. I don't look like that. I'm gonna go complain.
What to make Sydney Sweeney's jeans better? Like, why did you get that job?
Nope. You're black with blonde hair. Nope. No. Can't talk about jeans like that. Nope. Because that's not your natural hair color. Nope. We're not doing that.
Oh, all us woke people are saying is that it's just a little bit weird to directly reference European jeans as better.
Again, she never said that her jeans were better. You are making shit up.
Now, when you think of the all-American girl, like the standard of like American beauty, you probably think blonde hair, blue eyes, white girl, right?
No, not at all. That's what you think. I think of any woman that's in America at the time that I find attractive. Because that's how that's supposed to be. Because not everyone thinks the same, and it'd be a really boring world if it did. But since you're stupid, we'll hear you out and make fun of you after you say the most, again, aggressively retarded shit that TikTok has seen in the last 7 minutes.
You're not supposed to think that way.
You're not supposed to think that way, guys. That's double plus ungood.
That's ingrained in you because of negative things that have been pushed on you by society.
When you think about the all-American woman, you should be thinking about an obese, transgender, disabled woman or something. What would be an acceptable vision of the American woman for this person? It's insane she's saying that we think Sydney Sweeney is hot because of negative things that have been pushed on us by society. No, bitch, we have eyes. And just because she is attractive does not mean you are also not attractive. Look at your full lips.
Debatable.
That is a standard of beauty I'll never live up to, but that's okay, because I have other things that are beautiful and unique about me, just like you have other things that are beautiful and unique about you, regardless if Sydney Sweeney is held up as the American beauty standard. These are lessons your mother should have taught you, not a YouTuber. Sydney Sweeney's ad shows a cultural shift towards whiteness. Advertisements are always mirrors of society, and sometimes what they reflect is ugly and startling. Boo! A white woman. Oh, the fucking author is...
Look out, chat. It's a fucking white woman. Okay, whatever, dude. This entire thing, it hurts my brain because it's like, you seem to have a problem, and now for some reason you want to make it everyone else's fault. And like, now we have to like listen to you. Well, we don't have to, but we're choosing to for some reason. And I'm so glad that's gonna stop. And then what's going to happen is it's going to go back to this, and then something else is going to happen. It's going to start swinging back again, because that's always what it does. So, I don't even know what to say.
White, I hate these people, man. Shut up. It's one thing when it's like a non-white person talking about how white people suck. It's like, okay, you're just racist. But when it's a white person talking about white people suck, you need to be ground up into a pulp and fed to livestock. You would honestly...
See, that's, I said it before, it's the pot calling a kettle a nigger.
be more useful that way. Ads are always mirrors of society, and sometimes what they reflect is ugly and startling. Popular American culture is, indisputably, becoming more puritanical and more conservative.
Interestingly enough, oh shit. Accidentally fat finger that, let me turn that off. Interestingly enough, pretty sure America was founded by Puritans, essentially. Like, well, there's a large population of Quakers that were in Pennsylvania. A lot of them got into politics, from what I've heard. And so, yeah, that's kind of what we were when we got here. And I say we, despite being a black man, but I was born here, so I'm also American. And despite what everyone says that I shouldn't like America, I do like America. Granted, it has a lot of problems we need to fix, but bitching about how hot someone is and saying they don't like their tits or whatever is not the best way of going about it. Surprise, surprise.
Botanical, the focus of the ad was her tits and ass. This is not at all a conservative, puritanical ad. Have you seen what the puritanical right thinks of Sydney Sweeney? They think she's a whore, okay? They think she's a whore. The backlash has been swift and fierce, and some of it, at least if you ask me, is fair. The internet has been quick to condemn the advertisement as non-inclusive at—
No. You people in your echo chamber have deemed it bad and non-inclusive. Everyone else, which is the majority of America, has been like, nice. And that's really about it.
Best. Non-inclusive? Why the f does everything have to be inclusive? It's a commercial with one fucking person in it. Sweeney exudes a source of vintage sexiness that caters to the male gaze. She embodies the near mythological girl next door beautiful but low maintenance sexy femininity that dominated the media in the 1990s and early 2000s. Oh wow, that sounds great. You're telling me that's fascism? Waiter, more fascism please. What the f? It's just so funny, like, the left is currently losing their mind about how, like, they need to get young men to vote for Democrats again, and here they are, like, blondes with big are fascism. Listen, the alt-right pipeline does not start with the American Eagle ad. It starts with you. What are you doing? This is not at all a conservative far-right ad. It's just a normal ad that would have ran like 15 years ago. But I guess that's what being far-right is nowadays. Being normal from 15 years ago. I love this random part of the article though. Young women are being radicalized through so-called clean skincare and healthy eating. So
Look. Jesus Christ, that's radicalization for females. I would hate to see what it is for men. My God, it's probably just like something to the effect of, hey, if you want kids and stuff, you gotta make money and, be the best person of yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people. Just make sure when you get up the next day, you try to be better than you were yesterday. Stuff like that. Oh my God. Who would have thought fucking skincare was radicalization? The fuck are we on about, dude?
fascism is hot people eating healthy and having clean skin. Goebbels himself could not make better propaganda. Literally, as I am editing this video, the New York Times comes out with his opinion piece, Why the Right is Obsessed with Thinness. I would really, really appreciate if people stopped equating health and beauty to fascism, because if health and beauty are fascism, what is unhealthiness and ugliness? Unfortunately,
it's interesting you say that, because as soon as you said that, I was thinking maybe the reason they think that is because they've been saying for a while that there could be health at any size, and all the influencers that were doing that died because they were the size that they were, and they weren't healthy. So whatever they think, whatever the opposition thinks, which would be the right in this case, so whatever the right thinks is bad, and whatever we think is good, which is crazy, because let's just say hypothetically, we're just gonna go with what they're saying, right? We won't have to worry about them for that much longer because they're all fat and they won't do anything and they will die. So, terrible as that might sound, that's just kind of where that's headed.
A big part of socially progressive ideology is dismantling hierarchies and norms and challenging what society sees as conventional, traditional, and beautiful. A really good example of this was those statues that were put up all over different cities of a frumpy woman in leggings. And the artist says the purpose of these was to challenge conventional beauty standards. And it's imagine looking like one of these women and then hearing oh yeah, this was put up to challenge beauty. What do you mean by that? Remember the whole body positivity movement 10 years ago? Remember all the fat influencers? Remember when every single ad was like this ad, for example? Calvin Klein's latest underwear campaign is breaking big boundaries. Big boundaries? Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean by that?
Well, I was about to say, bring that back. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Sounds a little fat-phobic to me.
Starting to seriously consider creating more inclusive environment for consumers, there is still a huge mountain to climb before it is truly considered diverse. Huge mountain? No, that's just mean. And that's why Calvin Klein, probably the most famous name associated with underwear, just launched a groundbreaking campaign. Groundbreaking? Oh, come on now. The campaign is all about feeling free to express yourself, being uninhibited, and being provocative by challenging the norms we see on a regular basis. See? Challenging norms. It's all about challenging norms. This reminds me of that protein world controversy from 2015. Old heads will remember. I wrote an article about it for the Libertarian Republic. Wow, that was a long time ago. But anyway, a billboard with this ad for a protein powder supplement was put up and people lost their fucking minds. They vandalized it, they threatened to get a bunch of the employees fired, they threatened to go where the company was located with hammers, all because they committed the great crime of body shaming by daring to have a thin, attractive woman on their ad. This ad made other companies come out with their own like little virtue signaling things, like passive aggressive, like everybody is ready. Like every fashion magazine, every beauty magazine was pumping this out the time, just fat, 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 fat. The rise of like Tess Holiday and the hashtag F your beauty standards. Oh my god. You could not escape this. Also, suspiciously, body positivity only seemed to mean obese women.
I said it before, body positivity is for women and gay dudes. That's just how it is. It's how it's been. And it isn't going to change. And well, now that it's falling out of favor, it really will never change.
But yes, everywhere you looked, it was like fat, 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 and everyone was like, yes, queen. Well, now we live in Ozempic world, and the fat acceptance movement seems to have died. Like many of the fat influencers, unfortunately. And these same types of people are like crashing out about the Sydney Sweeney ad because they really do feel like all the work they have done to like socially engineer people's behavior and preferences has been just like destroyed overnight. Who would win? Decades of propaganda? One big booby girl. I wrote in the old article, I can't say I'm too surprised at the backlash towards this model's body. We are living in a world where instead of striving to better ourselves and live a healthy lifestyle, praising obesity and unattractiveness is becoming the norm. Well, shoe on head from 10 years ago, you will be happy to hear that it seems like it's no longer the norm. Because apparently not just American Eagle, but like Dunkin' Donuts and Arby's are using hot people in their ads again. Is the culture
Also, weirdly enough, I don't know if you guys know this because I feel like it slipped under the radar. Did you know that Arby's bought Buffalo Wild Wings for $1 billion? Did you know that Arby's had $1 billion? I sure as fuck didn't.
truly healing, or are we about to go into a deep financial recession? Questions we should be asking. Angry Reddit freaks also doxed Sydney, looking through her voting.
See? Sydney B. Sweeney. Boom. There you go. It's not SS, it's SBS. Yeah, it's like a dick. Also, that's weird. That's very weird.
Records and found out she's a registered Republican. One of the most common things I saw about this were how, like, all the women getting mad about Sydney Sweeney were ugly, and I don't think that's true. There were some, like, pretty people in there. But it got onto this topic that I see all the time, and that is, why are liberal women so ugly? Leftists are ugly, conservatives are hot, which is not true, by the way. I was at January 6th, okay? But for the most part, stereotypes exist for a reason, right? Conservatives are, well, conservative with the way that they present themselves. They tend to follow norms and beauty standards, which is why, for example, the media called Hassan a, quote, progressive in a MAGA body.
He's gay. There's nothing wrong with that. But since it's Hassan, and he's a certified sex pest, he's gay.
And how so many women on dating apps nowadays are looking for a man who votes Democrat but looks like a Republican. Everyone is aware of the stereotypes. And with leftists, you know the stereotype, like the overweight, blue hair, nose ring. They're not all... Everyone is aware of the stereotypes. And with leftists, you know the stereotype, like the overweight, blue hair.
This bullshit right here. I have that. And I'm glad it's only stuck with women and not just me, because the only compliments I get on a day-to-day basis are of my piercings. So it's just kind of it's really fucking weird that if a guy has it, it's fine. But if a girl has it, everyone just kind of instinctually knows, stay the fuck away or else your balls are getting cut off.
Nose ring. They're not all ugly, of course, but many purposely make themselves look ugly. Because being ugly is saying f you to the man. Marcel Duchamp's art piece, Fountain, which was literally just a urinal, was a f you to art institutions and classical ideas of beauty. Those f-ass ugly concrete block brutalist buildings are another example. Brutalism emerged after World War II as a post-war modernist style, in part created as a f you to the classical architecture celebrated by, drumroll, the Nazis. Now think of those concrete buildings and the urinal and apply it to broader society. Basically, the blue hair and nose ring is a f you to, well, Sydney Sweeney. Hitler existed, so now everything has to be fat and ugly. Sorry. I don't know why so many on the left want to give the concept of beauty and health to the right, but it is not a winning strategy. Listen, I just want everyone's basic needs.
I don't think they've done any winning strategies since, what, like 2016? So it's not common. It's been a decade at this point, so.
Needs met, all right? I don't want people going in debt if they get into a car accident or be homeless or get sent to foreign wars. I didn't sign up for this stupid shit. It is funny though how like every time Sydney Sweeney is on camera, there's like a right-wing article like, woke is dead. Wokeness is no match for Sydney Sweeney's undeniable beauty. Are Sydney Sweeney's breasts double D harboring yourself to death of woke? Was that girl right about conservatives being boob guys? She might have been right after all. Honestly, this doesn't really make sense because, like, the left are the ones trying to normalize porn and, like, OnlyFans culture and stuff like that. If anything, there is too much boobs everywhere. We need to calm down a bit. But when it comes to Sydney's, like, classical bombshell beauty, like, I kind of get where they're coming from. Sydney Sweeney is a hot white woman who does not mind catering to the male gaze after we had a decade of hearing about how the male gaze is bad and toxic. A decade of hearing about how white people are bad and toxic. A decade of ugly...
Real quick, hold on. I don't know about y'all, but hold on, we'll take a look.
Who does not mind catering...
Right, so this, not terrible, right? It's not terrible. Cool and all, right?
To the male gaze after we had a decade of hearing about how the male gaze...
Right? See this? Fine, right? Fine, whatever.
Gaze is bad and toxic.
But something about this, which is for she has more clothes on, seems to be more attractive. Am I the only one? I feel like I'm not the only one. I feel like this is way more attractive.
Decade of hearing about how white people are bad and toxic. A decade of ugly, angry, fat androgyny seeping its way into everything and anything. When people say Sydney Sweeney is anti-woke, I don't even think they mean politically. I think they just mean like Sydney Sweeney is like looking into a time portal back to 1992, a time when porn addiction wasn't such a big issue. Every woman didn't show her hole online for $5. Hookup apps didn't exist. It's like a bunch of millennials and zoomers are longing for a time they never experienced. But yes, this is a cultural shift, but not necessarily a conservative one. Just a return to like normalcy, a return to normal Americana consumerism. In 2065, conservatives are going to be like posting people twerking like, return! These same TikTok freaks who are attacking Sydney Sweeney have been sounding the alarm about this cultural shift for some time now. And we see a bunch of celebrities embracing like looking normal and healthy again. Like Demi Lovato is a perfect example of this. She was an obese, short hair, walking stereotype, crying about a frozen yogurt place, daring to sell sugar-free frozen yogurt.
I walked in.
Also, don't forget she went to a haunted house and decided to sing to ghosts for some fucking reason.
I was so triggered that I left without froyo.
To now being skinny and healthy and married and even making a TikTok dancing happily in that same frozen yogurt place.
The singer returning to the scene of the crime Wednesday, poking fun at herself on her social.
That's part of the reason these people are freaking out and saying like fascist aesthetics, because they know the chokehold they have had on culture is losing its grip. Inshallah. Once Sam Smith goes back to being normal, that's when I know the culture is healing. Thankfully, American Eagle did not bend the knee and did not apologize to the horde. In fact, they doubled down. Sydney Sweeney has great genes, is and always was about the genes. Her genes, her story. Wait a minute. Her genes, her story. HH. Uh-oh. Now, I can sit here and say the obvious, like, these corporations just want to pander to you, they just want to sell you like, yeah, obviously. But have you considered, it's good when corporation pander to me, personally? I just realized so much of American political discourse is, like, around f***ing corporations and ads. The Gillette commercial, Bud Light, Protein World. There are so many examples, like, it's just crazy how so much of our politics revolves around consuming things. I will buy blue team product. I will buy red team product. Bleak. In conclusion, we are tired of ugly. There's hot people in ads again. The white woman is back, baby. Let's go. 500 trillion more to Israel. Nobody can afford a fucking house. World is run by pedophiles, but woke is dead, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. So if you like this video, please subscribe.
That's what we're talking about, baby. It's not just about the money, Spider-Man. It's not about the money, Spider-Man. It's about apparently this bullshit going on and going on and going on for some fucking reason. Yeah, we have significantly bigger things to worry about, but apparently everyone in America wants to worry about some bitch and her fat tits. All right, then.
But maybe donate to me on Patreon, link down below. All Patreon members get the uncensored version of every single video a day early. So
I don't know if it's by uncensored, do you mean you just swear more, or do you just start throwing in slurs? Because like, if someone told me that you could watch your favorite YouTubers say slurs in their videos and you had to pay for it, I'd probably pay for it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
you get to hear all the fucks and shits uncensored. If you can't or don't want to do that, there's also a little tip jar down below. You can leave a little tip and I will give it a little heart. It helps the channel out and I appreciate it so much. Also, big shout out to Holtzkern again for sponsoring this video. Check them out, link down below. And I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye!
Not great video, by the way. Great video, by the way. I'm not saying you have to, but I mean, if you throw in a fuck nigga every once in a while, I feel like your ratings would go up. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, y'all be easy.